It's me, Vicky Marie. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in this crazy world we're living in. So, all normal service resumed today. If you watch the video I put out yesterday when I was completely sort of jet lagged, for want of a better word. I had a great night's sleep last night. I feel like a different person. Do you know, no wonder they use this no sleep thing as a torture. Because, if I don't get, I don't need a lot of sleep. I don't have to have 8-10 hours like a lot of people do. But 6 hours, I think, 6 straight hours, that's really what I need. And just that difference yesterday of getting up 2 hours earlier and losing complete coordination of where I was and who I was and what I was doing. And I feel like a different person today because I've had a good sleep. Feel like a different person. So here I am doing a live and talking about this poor girl, this Anna. Do you know, and the more that comes out about this case, this is the 18-year-old girl who was found deceased on a cruise ship, on a Carnival cruise ship, traveling between Mexico and Miami. It's a very complex case, this. Very complex, very mysterious. So the news first started coming out, it's about a week ago when news first started coming out about this case, just that somebody had been found deceased on a cruise liner. Then it was sort of released that it was maybe a young person. Then it was released, the girl's identity, etc. Now it transpires that it seems very suspicious death. I think originally people, at the end of the day, people die, and they could die on a cruise ship just as well as they could die in their home, or, accidents happen, or people unalive themselves, or overdoses happen, or there's all sorts of reasons why there may have been a death. And now, of course, it's come out that it's a suspicious death, that this poor girl, it seems, was found wrapped in a blanket, covered in life jackets, tucked under a bed, stuffed under a bed, are the descriptions that are being used. And of course it's complex because of where it happened, out in the water, so it's the FBI is dealing with it as they would have to deal with it, whatever the circumstances, because nobody's really got a jurisdiction. So it's complicated in so many ways, the mysterious fashion of just a young girl dying. Why would a young girl die? Young girls don't normally die just like that, do they? So there's normally something that happens for them to die, be it an accident, foul play, etc. And then, of course, it transpires that possibly one of her own family members that were there on the cruise with her stepbrother, may be implicated, but nobody's been charged, nobody's been arrested, nobody's been charged. We have to remember that. But it's all gone very mysterious. And now there's more information coming out about, it seems like her father, or stepfather, I can't say had an affair, because you can't have an affair with a 15-year-old girl. That is statutory rape, whatever, whether the girl was willing or not, isn't it? So there's some scandal, if you like, from the past associated with the stepfather as well. So you think, oh my God, this is a very strange family dynamic. Gosh, families are always a bit complex, aren't they? But, you may think your family is a bit strange or a bit weird, or but to have like a potential murderer in the family, and at the end of the day, someone who abused, really, that's all it can be, is abuse. A 15-year-old girl, a babysitter. Anyway, we're going to talk about all that. But first of all, a little bit of waffle. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Very special thank you to my members. It's Thursday again. It's Members Live tonight. I'm not sure what we'll be talking about yet. If there's anything you particularly want to talk about, So I'm almost spoilt for choice for things to talk about. I'd quite like to talk about the developments with the Epstein files, you know, and Trumpy and what he's up to, etc., and what a horrible person he is, and how he's becoming more and more horrible by the day. But he, in the end, he's backed the release of these Epstein files, and there's a reason for that. The Democrat conspiracy, as he's calling it. But of course, he was a Democrat at the time. He seems to be forgetting that. But you know, he was briefly a Democrat. So what does it mean? It's only Democrats on the list. Apparently, it's only Democrats. He was a Democrat lover. Nothing to do with Donald, of course. Anyway, so maybe that, or maybe a mixture of things. I've seen some very interesting sort of paranormal things this week. You know, we could probably talk. We'd probably end up talking about a lot of different things. Anyway, so if you want to join in that special live tonight, please become a member. Join the Elite Chatterata. Very special thank you to people who buy me Ko-Fis or send super stickers. Send me emails, leave nice comments, anything you do positively to contribute to my channel. Thank you so much. So I'll take my banner off now. So then I want to say hello to my lovely lurkers. Thank you so much for watching. Hello to my replay crew. Thank you for watching. If you're watching this on replay. Yeah, and for everybody who watches, but if you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. It's completely free, as is of course liking and sharing the videos. So this ship in the background here is the cruise ship, the Carnival cruise ship, that all this horrible thing happened to. And we're going to have a look at the ship. We're going to have a look at the circumstances again. We're going to have a look at the charges against her stepfather in the past for having a relationship. It's not even can't have a relationship with a 15-year-old girl when you're an adult, because can't be consensual, can it? Because they're not of the age of consent, even if they do consent. But they can't because they're only 15. It's not appropriate anyway. And a grown man with children who, you know, this girl apparently was the babysitter for the children. A grown man with children knows that. So, you know, anyway, we're going to talk about that. I'm going to go into the chat now and say hello to those of you who are brave enough to venture your head above the parapet and join in the chat. Thank you to everyone who joins in the chat. Hey, Julie. Yes, I feel like a different person today. I mean, it is cold. It's cold here, you can tell. You know, when's the last time you see me in a big jumper like this? Very chilly this morning when I first woke up at 6 o'clock, but it's warming up a bit now. It's 12 degrees. Hi, David. I expect it's colder for you, Julie, over there in Madrid. Hi, Lily. Hi, Maria. Hi, Daniel. Happy Thursday. Corruption in the Trump administration. Oh, my God. And then he's had that Saudi prince to visit, laid him out the red carpet. And when they were talking about that journalist that was murdered, Trumpy just seemed to think, oh, well, a lot of people didn't like him. So, well, a lot of people don't like you, Trumpy, but we don't want you to be murdered and cut into pieces. And, you know, a lot of people didn't like him. Let's just kill everyone we don't like, shall we? What a weirdo. What a weirdo. He's a really strange person. Oh, my God, 1 degree in Hampshire, Lily. It's been snowing in Manchester, in quite a lot of places, hasn't it, in the UK? So, yeah, I know it's all been very mild, hasn't it, in the UK even. But here in Spain, we've had nice weather. And it's still nice weather. The sun's shining. If you were on holiday, you'd be perfectly happy with the weather, but you'd be cold at night and in the morning. But yeah, it's still very sunny, so it's nice. Right, where do we start with this? So this poor girl went on this cruise, which apparently she'd been on this similar cruise as this before, loved it, couldn't wait to go back. She did a social media posts, she's on TikTok, etc., having a great time. Anyway, the evening before she died, I presume, I mean, although her time of death has been given quite precisely, that's the time she was found dead, not the time, that's not an official time of death. I think that's important to remember. She could have died the evening before, but she didn't get discovered till the next day by the maid. When the maid went into the room to clean, how did the maid discover her, I wonder? Imagine what she'll need therapy, won't she? So she's either discovered her under the bed because maybe the blanket with the, maybe she thought, where's the blanket off the bed, because she was supposed to make the bed. If the person, whoever put this girl under that bed, should have been a bit sensible, could have probably put the sign on the door, the do not disturb sign on the door, because you can put those signs up saying that you don't want to be cleaned that day. But anyway, obviously they didn't do that. The maid went in, and for some reason she's discovered this girl under the bed. Now, that could be seeing where the hell's the blanket off the bed? What are these life jackets doing under the bed? Maybe there was a smell, or, I don't know if it was too soon for the body to start to smell or not. I don't know the details. Anyway, of course, the talk is that she was on holiday with her family, with her blended family. And the talk is, of course, that it is one of her stepbrothers, who is a minor. He's under the age of 18, who has been, well, he's not been charged, who is being investigated, let's say, for her death. But the FBI have been very tight-lipped. They haven't released any information. We haven't had any official information that this boy is about to be charged or anything. So, we still have to wait a little bit. But, the reason why it became sort of known that he was possibly under investigation is because his mother, I think the other thing that's confusing is, who is Anna's actual mother? They keep at the funeral home, they've changed the name of the mother. Who is Anna's biological mother? Because it seems like she had a previous stepmother as well. Anyway, the stepmother that she has now, who was on the cruise with, all right, gosh, I'm getting confused myself now. I'm getting completely confused. The family dynamics of this girl's family are complicated. So, I'm going to have to look it up. Honestly, it's very complex. Who's her biological mother? Anyway, one thing that we know is the mother that she was on the cruise with is her stepmother. And she has 2 sons. And it's one of these sons that she's in a custody battle for. And the reason that people have found out about this, the possibility that this son is being investigated, is because there's been a court ruling on that custody case where his mother, who's fighting for custody for him, has said, asked for a postponement, adjournment, because because of him being investigated. So it makes that case complicated. That's how it's all come out. But he hasn't been charged. He's a minor. He's under 18. So that'll be complicated as well. Will the FBI, if they ever do come to charge him, will they charge him as an adult? Or I think he's 16 or 17, or will they charge him as a child? You know, it's a very complex situation, just all over complex, isn't it? Completely complex. So now something that's sort of whizzing around the social media is the stepfather's um, complicated history. You know, just think, oh my God. So let me just show you this anyway. It's on a few posts on social media. I'm going to show you a couple of them. You just think, oh my God, this poor girl with this complex family dynamic. So this is someone I follow called Rose, and she shared this post from this commentary account, Duchess of Meme. So the situation worsens. Anna Kepner's father. Now, is this her real father or oh no, this is her father, is it? Her biological father? This is what I mean. I'm totally confused. Had an affair. We can't call it an affair because she was only 15. So had an affair with their 15-year-old babysitter. This occurred before he got with Chantel in 2008. Notably, he was charged with sex violence. And this woman says it's no surprise that he is not effectively advocating for his deceased daughter. So this is the court case. You know, sexual violence as well. This anyway. No, in the end, no charges were brought or nothing happened. He went on apparently to marry this girl who was 50. So she was a babysitter. She was 15 when he had when he abused her. Really, that's all. It's not a relationship with a 15-year-old, a grown man and a 15-year-old. So when he abused this girl, she was 15. Then somebody has put in the comments, and again, somebody tell me, you know, I'm just reading off social media here. So as I say, I've been, you know, we're waiting for official confirmation of something. So somebody had put on the comments that I don't think affair is the appropriate word for having sex with a minor who can't consent. And the woman comes back and says, agreed and true, but that's how it was being put out to the media. He was allowed to marry her. She is his second wife. So then somebody else comments, I'm not sure if anyone else knows this, but the girl he sex abused at 15, I'm not calling it an affair because it was RAPE. Her last name was Donahue. So I'm pretty sure she's related to the uncle who's posting on X. So remember, the uncle supposedly posted on X. Remember the post that we looked at the other day, where it was him who said that the brother was being looked at. He's obviously anti this family, and you can see why if this is what's happened. But what do they mean that he was allowed to marry her? Allowed to marry her? What does that mean? Let's see what the other comments. Are they Mormon? Someone's answered. Sounds like Rebecca Parks. So, yes, this is him. So I think this is her biological father. Is it? Does anybody know for certain? And I'm sorry to be so, but I have got absolutely confused about this whole thing. I think it's a very, very complex case, isn't it? Anyway, this was also reported by Jennifer Coffindaffer. Disturbing. Let's share that. Was Anna Kepner's father SEX involved with their 15-year-old babysitter back in 2008. This is called statutory RAPE, but it appears the charges were dropped. And is this why only the grandmother and uncle are screaming from the rooftops about this situation? Though she, follows that story up. There he is. What is going on here? What the hell is going on? So, if he's the father. These are just social media posts. They're not official things from, there she is. All I know is this girl is dead. And now the more this family dynamic unwraps, you just think the poor girl. No, did she even have a chance? So we're going to have a look at a little video now about it as well. This was on Fox News. Get the sound up.
The FBI is now eyeing a teen stepbrother for her death. Why experts say an arrest could be close.
I don't understand how these things leak out, but no arrest has been made. Anyway.
Developed point to a stunning twist.
Is just horrific to think about.
The FBI is now eyeing a teen stepbrother for her death. Why experts say an arrest could be close. Developing story right now. The 16-year-old stepbrother of Anna Kepner is now a suspect in her death. That's according to new court documents. Kepner is that teenager from Titusville who died on board a Carnival cruise ship. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Brown.
And I'm Luann Sorrell. Those civil court documents say Kepner's stepbrother has now been removed from his home because he could be a threat to his other siblings. Fox 35's Esther Bauer is live tonight in Brevard County. So, Esther, you've been digging.
So now they're saying that he's been removed from the home because he could be a threat to his other siblings. It could be. I mean, it's not fair, really, in a way. I mean, obviously, if this young lad has done something to her, you want the book thrown at him. But it's also not fair for all this speculation without any charges, is it?
Through these documents all day. What else have you learned?
Luann, those documents say it's also believed this 16-year-old stepbrother already has a lawyer. What's clear tonight is the FBI thinks someone...
He needs a bloody lawyer because everybody's saying he's done it, but the FBI aren't saying anything.
In Anna's own family that was on that cruise with her could be the reason she is not here today. Now, no one has been arrested or charged in Anna's death, but law enforcement experts we spoke with say that could change very soon.
A
cruise ship tragedy takes a turn for the worst.
What Anna might have suffered is just horrific to think about.
New court documents say the FBI believes Anna Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother is a suspect in her death. Retired FBI agent Jennifer Coffendorfer says these new documents show the FBI does not think Anna's death was an accident.
Now we see the most important documents, which are court documents that show that this stepson is under investigation for the murder of Anna Kepner.
The new documents are part of an unrelated custody battle between Anna's stepmom and ex-husband. On Wednesday, we learned from these documents the 16-year-old under investigation is now living with a relative of his mother. The document also says it's believed an attorney has been hired to represent the 16.
Okay, so these are court documents about the custody battle. So these are not court documents specifically about Anna.
16-year-old.
Obviously, in this case, it was the inner circle that seemingly was involved in this horrific crime.
A crime on a Carnival cruise ship that took the life of a Titusville cheerleader that was cherished in the community. Her car was covered with flowers when it was parked outside Temple Christian immediately after her death. On Wednesday, Anna's car was moved to the family's home in Titusville and left out front. No trespassing signs lined the yard, and someone who opened the door said they had no comment about the new developments. Anna's step-grandfather told Fox News Digital, "We are living in a nightmare. The FBI has kept us in the dark, never contacted us. The Kepners haven't told us anything. We've learned from Facebook posts that the stepson is a suspect."
I mean, that's terrible, isn't it? Imagine if it was your family and you have to find out off Facebook, or social media that the stepson is a suspect. The police are, I suppose. Oh God, I'm a bit speechless, because you're just imagining this poor girl. She's an 18-year-old girl who apparently was a beautiful girl inside and out. She was, a very lovely girl, and this is her family. And they're having to find out off social media all the details, or off like the Daily Mail website, like we are. We're just people who are interested in true crime. This girl, we didn't know her. She affects us because we feel for her, but we don't know it doesn't affect our lives. And, we're sort of thirsty for information, and we're going to social media and to the, newspaper websites like the Daily Mail, etc., who do seem to, get details from somehow. But that's different. That's us. But imagine that was your family and that's how you were having to get information. It's unthinkable, isn't it? So it's like the closer members of the family aren't telling these people anything, and the FBI aren't telling them anything. They're just having to find out off social media like the rest of us. It makes you just hope and pray that you're never in that position, because I can't imagine how difficult that is to cope with.
Coffindorfer says the FBI could make an arrest as soon as they have Anna's exact cause of death from the Miami ME.
They're going to have to make a decision whether they arrest this individual or not pretty post haste. Why? This is a dangerous individual out there.
And if a minor is charged.
Well, exactly, because, I mean, is that why they're waiting? Are they waiting to determine the cause of death? Because although they've released this poor girl's body already, they'll have taken what information they need from the body, but they could be waiting for toxicology results, because they've got to establish a cause of death, haven't they, before they can't charge someone with murder if it's not been established that the girl's even been murdered, because even though it's suspicious the way her body was discovered, she didn't wrap herself in a blanket and put herself under the bed, but, still not clear that she was actually murdered. She could have done something to herself and he could have panicked and stuffed her under the bed. I mean, that's what the police have got to know, the cause of death, before they can arrest anyone for murder. So in the meantime, everybody's just being left wondering what the hell is happening.
This case could get even more complicated.
The FBI does not prosecute minors. The U.S. Attorney's Office does not prosecute minors.
And sources also tell.
So who does prosecute minors then? So if this lad is under 18, which it seems that he is, who will prosecute him then? Because the FBI have been dealing with it because it's something that happened in international waters. Didn't happen, there's nobody else has got jurisdiction except the FBI. But then if the FBI don't prosecute minors, then what happens then? Gosh, it's really complicated, isn't it? It's turning into, and in the meantime, this boy is free. Now, if he has done that, I just imagine your family member ringing you up and saying, "Oh, Fred, you know, maybe it's your nephew or your cousin or whatever. Fred's going to be charged, maybe going to be charged with murder. So can you put him up for a while because he can't live here? He's been told he can't live here because there's other children in the home. So can he come and live with you?" And you'd be like, no, he can't. You wouldn't want a 17-year-old prospective murderer under your roof, even if you just live there on your own. You'd be scared. You know, and if you had other sort of children, even if they were young adults, you wouldn't want that boy in your home. Nobody would. That boy. Now, I know he's innocent till he's proven guilty. I understand that. But, you know, if this is not, oh, he's been accused of shoplifting, do you mind him coming to stay with you? This is, he's been accused, or he may be charged with murder, you know, and apparently it's quite grim, the situation, you know, the injuries, etc. Again, just rumours that haven't been, you know, no results of the autopsy have been released yet. So we don't know for certain, but seems like it was quite a grim sort of violent death. So, yeah, I think, how would you persuade someone to look after this boy? It'd be like inviting, you know, I don't know, Jeffrey Dahmer or Ted Bundy, a young Ted Bundy, to come and live in your house. You know, just wouldn't want it, would you? It's not like just your normal teenage crime. I mean, teenagers do commit crime. It's normally shoplifting or smoking drugs or drinking when they're not supposed to, or, I don't know, crashing a car even or something, but which are all sort of serious things, but not like this. I just can't imagine you know, I've got a big family. I just can't imagine somebody phoning up and saying, "Oh, can you have such and such to live with you because it looks like they might be charged with the red rum of his step sibling." Like, no, he can't come and stay with me. You know what? If that was my son, you know, what they should be saying to that boy is just tell the truth, whatever it is. I mean, you know, maybe he isn't guilty of it. Maybe he's being used as a bit of a patsy. Maybe it's more to do with even the father. I think that's her biological father, not her stepfather, the one that was, you know, had the relationship or abused that 15-year-old girl and ended up marrying her. This is a very complex family dynamic, I think. Don't you think? I don't think David, I don't think it is her stepfather. I think it is her father, the biological father. But again, you know, I've got completely confused with it all because it's such a complex situation. Yeah, wouldn't you be saying to your son, look, just tell the police the truth, because it's going to come out anyway and it'll be more in his favour. Anyway, they say he's got a lawyer. He does need a lawyer, whatever. He needs a lawyer. Don't know what's going to happen.
Fox News Digital, that right now the FBI is going through hours of security footage from that cruise ship. In that footage, they have been able to identify a suspect with Anna on the cruise. We're also told they have records of all of the room key card swipes going in and out of Anna's cabin.
Yeah, now that's interesting. Now, we said that there's got to be a lot of CCTV on that cruise ship. And there will be a record of the key swipes going in, at least, to the cabin, if not people coming out. You can't hide, can you? But then I suppose they might say, oh, well, you know, he was with her because it's her brother, you know, and of course he's going to be seen with her. And of course his DNA is going to be in the room because was he sharing the room with her? You know, so... you know, I know the FBI will take their time and they will make sure they've got all their ducks in a row before they arrest this boy, if they're allowed to arrest him, or whoever ends up arresting him, if it comes to that. Just, this is murder at the end of the day. It is not just, a robbery or something. Let's just watch this once more.
Reporting live in Titusville, Esther Bauer.
A stunning twist.
Is just horrific to think about.
The FBI is now eyeing a teen stepbrother for her death. Why experts say an arrest could be close. Developing story right now. The 16-year-old stepbrother of Anna Kepner is now a suspect in her death. That's according to new court documents. Kepner is that teenager from Titusville who died on board a Carnival cruise ship. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Brown.
And I'm Luann Sorrell. Those civil court documents say Kepner's stepbrother has now been removed from his home because he could be a threat to his other siblings. Fox 35's Esther Bauer is live tonight in Brevard County. So, Esther, you've been digging through these documents all day. What else have you learned?
Luann, those documents say it's also believed this 16-year-old stepbrother already has a lawyer. What's clear tonight is the FBI thinks someone in Anna's own family that was on that cruise with her could be the reason she is not here today. Now, no one has been arrested or charged in Anna's death, but law enforcement experts we spoke with say that could change very soon. A cruise ship tragedy takes a turn for the worst.
What Anna might have suffered is just horrific to think about.
New court documents say the FBI believes Anna Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother is a suspect in her death. Retired FBI agent Jennifer Coffendorfer says these new documents show the FBI does not think Anna's death was an accident.
Now we see the most important documents, which are court documents, that show that this stepson is under investigation for the murder of Anna Kepner.
The new documents are part of an unrelated custody battle between Anna's stepmom and ex-husband. On Wednesday, we learned from these documents the 16-year-old under investigation is now living with a relative of his mother. The document also says it's believed an attorney has been hired to represent the 16-year-old.
Obviously, in this case, it was the inner circle that seemingly was involved in this horrific crime.
A crime on a Carnival cruise ship that took the life of a Titusville cheerleader that was cherished in the community. Her car was covered with flowers when it was parked outside Temple Christian immediately after her death. On Wednesday, Anna's car was moved to the family's home in Titus.
Yeah, so it looks like all the flowers have been taken off it and the balloons and everything. And there it is. It's just been moved and parked outside the home, and there's no trespassing signs everywhere. Now, in the initial, this stepmother, she made a Facebook post right in the early days, which I don't think I could find that easily now, asking for privacy, please leave our family alone, respect our privacy. Before all this came out that the stepson was likely to be involved, she was asking for, asking people on social media not to talk about it, blah, de, blah, de, blah, throwing her privacy on their mercy. Now, the thing is, it happens a lot these days, doesn't it? Blended families. Not many families stay married forever now, do they? That do any, you wonder if anyone ever stays married these days. So you get a lot of these blended families where, people get married and they've already got children from previous relationships, and they might not have full custody of them, but they might have part-time custody of them. It's difficult, isn't it? It's very difficult because it's not unknown for step siblings to hurt, their siblings, and they get resentful. There can be resentment there, can't they? I'm thinking in particular a big case in the UK. That was, what was his name? Nathan, he was called. Nathan and his girlfriend, Shauna. She was called Shauna, actually. And they kidnapped, murdered, dismembered. They were obsessed with, God, what's that series about the serial killer? Dexter. He was obsessed with Dexter, and him and his girlfriend talked a lot over text about abducting young girls and that. Anyway, he resented his stepsister. Gosh, her name escapes me now, that girl. I did a video about it, about the case. He resented her because he said she was cheeky to his mum, you know, she didn't respect his mum, etc. Let's see if I can get the case up. So she just disappeared one day, this girl, from the house. And Nathan and his girlfriend, Shauna, said that Becky Watts, bless her. So she was 17 years old. And 16 when she was murdered, and this happened in Bristol in the UK. And let's have a look at her. Don't know if any of you remember this case. I have covered this on my channel. So that's Nathan and his girlfriend Shauna. She's out now, I think, and she was pregnant when it happened. When they did this horrible crime, she was actually pregnant. And they already had one child, I think. Anyway, so poor Becky, who was only 16, they kidnapped her. Whether they killed her in the house or not is unknown. But they removed her from the house, took her to their house. Anyway, whatever he did to her there. And then they murdered her and they dismembered her. And they hid her in a suitcase that they gave to their friend to look after. Their friend didn't know what was in the suitcase. They just asked if he could store this suitcase for them in his shed. And it had the remains of Becky in there. And that was his stepsister. You know, it's not, there's lots of other cases. I'm just using that one as an example. Because straight away it sort of reminded me of that. If it turns out it's the stepbrother. Because Nathan admitted that he really resented Becky for a long time. But I think he had these fantasies about Becky, as he did about young girls in general. As Shauna was only young when he first got together with her. He liked young girls because he was older. And I think he had this sort of fantasy about Becky. And anyway, Shauna helped him to fulfill his fantasy, but he's got life imprisonment now. But I have a feeling that Shauna has been released. I think she has been released. But anyway, so poor Becky, that's what happened to her. And this case reminds me a little bit of that. Just a little bit, you know, because of the familial connection. Right, let me go back to where I was. Sorry. Yeah, so it's not unheard of.
And left out front. No trespassing signs line the yard, and someone who opened the door said they had no comment about the new developments. Anna's step-grandfather told Fox News Digital, "We are living in a nightmare. The FBI has kept us in the dark, never contacted us. The Kepners haven't told us anything. We've learned from Facebook posts that the stepson is a suspect." Coffindoffer says the FBI could make an arrest as soon as they have Anna's exact cause of death from the Miami ME.
They're going to have to make a decision whether they arrest this individual or not pretty post haste. Why? This is a dangerous individual out there. And
if a minor is charged, this case could get even more complicated.
The FBI does not prosecute minors.
So going back actually to what she was saying there. So not only, like, I wouldn't want him in my house. Would you want him in your house? So not only you would feel uneasy having this boy in your property, knowing what he may possibly get charged with, you wouldn't want him living near you either, would you? Imagine if you found out that he'd moved in, you know, to your neighbour is his, I don't know, auntie or some relative of the family, and the mother's persuaded them to take him in or whatever. You wouldn't want him living in your neighbourhood, knowing what he's done or he possibly has done. Now, I know he's not, he's innocent till he's proven guilty. But, you know, I think this has got to be, that he's definitely under suspicion, because for him, for it to be brought up in that custody court case, for them to move him out of the house, or is they been told to move him out of the house, probably, because if he's killed, her, what's to say he's not going to kill the other? I don't know how many other children are in the house, like minors are in the house. It's a very complicated family situation, isn't it? Very, very.
U.S. Attorney's Office does not prosecute minors.
Yeah.
And sources also tell Fox News Digital that right now the FBI is going through hours of security footage from that cruise ship. In that footage, they have been able to identify a suspect with Anna on the cruise. We're also told they have records of all of the room key card swipes going in and out of Anna's cabin. Reporting live in Titusville, Esther Bauer, Fox 35 News.
Well, I think for the sake of...
We went to the Swanee River when she was...
I think for the sake of...
this is her mum. She was, I think...
Anna Kepner's mother speaks... Now, is this her stepmother? Or is this her biological mother? I still not certain who Anna's actual biological mother is.
Almost three. And she went horseback riding for the first time. And the guy that was walking the horse said that she was acting as if a pro was riding the horse. Like she'd been out doing it her whole life. And it was the very first time she'd ever sat on a horse.
She must have had a bunch of confidence.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. But yeah, she was a really good child. I mean, she never really complained about much. She never cried that much as a baby. And as a teenager, she was the same. She was just always happy anytime I'd see her and talk to her.
These pictures, I know.
So I take it this is the father's first wife. And was it the babysitter for Anna that he had the affair with that ended up being his second wife? Oh, he's a bit of a lad, isn't he? The father, he's like, so he's been with one woman, he's had a baby, and then he's had not even an affair. He's abused the babysitter, ended up marrying her. Now he's with another woman.
I know these pictures, I've been looking at them for quite a bit of time now. I'm sure you've been kind of diving into these, kind of remembering when some of these were taken and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a lot.
Any of these photos kind of stand out to you, make you remember specific moments or anything like that?
Well, all of them do actually, but let me see, the one with her, I believe, holding the baby, it's actually her youngest brother. Youngest brother is my youngest son. That weekend, that was the first time she got to see him after I had him, and she didn't want to put him down. She wanted to hold him the whole time she was there.
What an incredible big sister. Everyone looks up to your big sister, knowing she was that way from such a young age. These last couple weeks, have you been...
I mean, can you imagine how it is for this mother? Now, the thing is, the families of it can be a very dark place, can't it? We always think, family being supportive and this, that, and the other. But, most people who are murdered, it's by somebody they know, somebody they should have been safe with. A member of the family, maybe even a parent, a sibling, uncle, auntie, etc. Because really, when you think about it, it makes sense, because people let their guard down, don't they, when they're around the family? If you were picked up, if you were walking down the road and somebody stopped to give you a lift and it was a member of your family, even your extended family, like maybe your auntie's husband or your sister's husband or etc., you would probably get in the car, take the lift without even questioning it, wouldn't you? Whereas if a stranger, stranger murders are very unusual, very, very unusual. So this girl should have felt safe on that cruise with her family, with her blended family. And she wasn't. One way, whoever did whatever they did to her, she wasn't safe.
Holding up okay? I know you've been at church. I'm sure we're leaning on faith, and the fellowship there has been super helpful for you.
Yeah, they have been. I'm trying to hold it together.
Oh.
I can only imagine what you're dealing with. I know church is a big deal for everybody. It's like an extended family. So having them with you has to be a great shoulder to lean on.
Yeah, it is.
Is there anything, I don't want to take you up too much of your time tonight, but is there anything you think
I'm not busy for the rest of the night.
Anything you think we're skipping over? I really just wanted to kind of highlight Anna and focus on some.
So it feels like she wants to talk about Anna, because I can't imagine how she feels. So then, your daughter goes off with her father on a cruise, and his wife, and you wouldn't. Anna should have been safe. You would never have thought for a minute she wasn't safe on that cruise, surrounded by her family, etc. But this boy, what was somebody just putting in the chat there? Hi, proud liberal. Stepmothers. See, this, look at it. Anna's stepmother's ex-husband described. Do you know this? What means? Very complicated family situation, isn't it? He alleged that after Chantal Hudson moved in with her boyfriend, Anna's father, she failed to provide a stable environment. The thing is, a lot of teenagers in that house, isn't there? At least 3 teenagers that I know of. So, and teenagers are confrontational, aren't they? So, just having one is bad enough, but when there probably was a lot of conflict. Yeah, there probably was. Oh, yeah, Muesli, I understand exactly what you're saying. So Muesli is saying they were offered, somebody offered to let them stay at their house for the Christmas party, so don't have to worry about the train. It would be a strain. Yeah, this is it. Years ago, I think I probably would have done that. I don't know. Have I? I don't think I've ever stayed overnight with somebody I didn't really know. Not a man, anyway, like that. I don't know. I probably wouldn't have thought about it. I'm talking about when I was young, like teenager young or early 20s. I think as you get older as well, you do get more sensible, for things. And because you would worry about getting the train. You worry about I hate getting in a taxi on my own. I've got a real sort of phobia about taxis. Don't mind getting in taxis with other people, but I don't like being the last one to get out, and it's a real obsession. Whereas, I'd rather be on a bus or a train. I'd rather walk, to be honest, than getting in a taxi. Oh dear, but sometimes you just can't walk. But at the end of the day, you think, God, where are you safe? You're not safe anywhere, not really, are you? You need to get some. God, if I lived in a place where you could, I would definitely have a little gun, I think. Maybe I should go and live in Texas and get a little gun for my protection. But I always do carry something with me. When I go and walk the dogs and things like that, I've always got something to protect myself, which is probably not legal, but I don't care. They'll have to arrest me, won't they? Hi again, Julie. Yeah, we were having a look at that Proud Liberal, but they've moved that car now, though. But they've moved it. They've put it. Maybe you just missed it. They've taken all the flowers and balloons and everything off the car, and it's outside the house now. Just with no tributes on it. So we're putting their tributes on the car, aren't they? So let's carry on looking at this. So this is very poignant. Because this is Anna's biological mother speaking. Oh, so what we're saying is, so when it's hard enough letting your children go, isn't it? Just generally as they get older, we've talked about that before. Children get to an age. Look at Jay Slater going off on his first lad's holiday, and look what happened to him. These are when you can't control your children anymore, because you've got to let them spread their wings and do their own thing. Anna was probably really happy to go on this cruise. And you wouldn't think that anything could happen to them, but you're letting them out of your, in this day and age where there's so many blended families, you lose control of your children. You lose control of them if they're teenagers anyway, but you lose complete control when they're under other people's jurisdiction, or other people's rules, like for what time they're allowed to come in or not. This mother, I just feel so much for her.
Some of your memories and how you've been holding up.
Yeah, no, I'm holding up, I guess, as best as you can. Try not to fall apart. But yeah, no, she was just a great child. Aww. She was always happy. She loved. We had her in dance and cheerleading. Well, not cheerleading, but gymnastics and dance. And she was, I think, 3. It was when we first put her in that, and she's just loved it ever since. And she became a cheerleader in high school. And I think she did dance class in high school too, but I'm not positive on that one.
Okay. The thing that stands out to me, all these photos, is just, I think every single one that I've clicked through, she's got this massive smile on her face. Was she always trying to make people laugh and everything like that?
Yeah. Yeah, she was. She didn't like it if people were upset. She kind of takes after me on that one. But yeah, she was always trying to make everybody smile. She was always happy. An extremely happy child. I don't think she was ever really upset or depressed anytime I'd seen her.
She found the joy in everything.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, she did.
Well,
even when she'd make her post, if her boyfriend would break up or whatever, she still had to look at it. She always looked at it as the bright side, on the brighter side of it.
So she probably found the good in everybody and everything.
Yeah, she did.
Okay, so that was her mum talking. About, and she sounds just like a lovely person. I was watching, I can't remember, I've watched that many videos about this case. I can't remember which particular podcast I was watching, but it was somebody interviewing an ex-member of like the FBI, a retired FBI, like they do, a retired FBI person. And they were saying about the motive, like what the motive might be. And this guy said, she was 18 years old, attractive girl. That's a motive right there. And I just thought, how awful. But just because she was 18, just because she was beautiful, just because she was lovely girl inside, she was probably quite trusting, and that is a motive. In police's eyes. It is. I understand why they're saying it. There are a lot of predators out there who zone in on teenage girls. And sometimes teenage girls, they're not as savvy, are they, as older women? That's why these predators go for them as well, because of their youth and beauty, but also because they're easier to manipulate, aren't they? So, God, yeah, just being young and attractive is a motive for someone to kill you, attack you. Just being yourself, it's disgusting, isn't it, really? Just, what we're supposed to do, or what a young girl's supposed to do, just walk around in sackcloth and ashes all the time and never, put on a hazmat just so that nobody sees that they're attractive and then tries to, use them as prey. It's disgusting, isn't it? Anyway, I could feel myself getting really angry about that, because I just thought this girl was having fun on a cruise, doing what teenage girls do, doing their little TikToks and dressing up nice, wearing nice clothes, putting her makeup on. We could see she had some braces on her teeth, so she was obviously having some dental work done. At that age, your appearance is everything, isn't it? And she should have been able to do that and have a good time and not end up stuffed under a bed. You know, just disgusting. So I hope whoever did do it, I hope they do bloody get them charged quick, because they are a danger to society. Someone did it to her. She didn't do it to herself. So whether it was this stepson or whoever it was or some stranger, you know, they need catching as soon as possible before it happens to somebody else. Anyway, right, we're going to have a look at the actual cruise ship now. We're going to have a look at a little video just so we get an idea of, can I find it? Did set it up. I did set it up and it's disappeared as always. Let's see. Where's it gone? Oh, here it is. So, as we've talked about, I've never been on a cruise. I don't know, you know, I don't know if it'd be my kind of thing, to be honest. But lots of people love cruises, probably people who are a bit more sociable than I am. So anyway, this is the cruise, the Carnival Horizon. This is the ship, sorry. Let's have a little look at it.
Hey, what up, Sam? It's Michelle from Adventures Ahead, and today we're taking you on a full ship tour of the Carnival Horizon.
See, just seeing that with all those sunbeds, that's just like Butlins to me on the, I just like, imagine when all those people, I mean, there's not, it doesn't look like there's that many people. This is obviously video been taken on a quiet day, or maybe it's early in the morning or whatever, but just by seeing the volume of sunbeds that are there, look, some people have already been and put their towels on them by the look of it. I bet everybody gets up early, gets the towels on the front ones. Oh, I couldn't be doing with all that either, you know, competition for the best sunbed, etc. But you can see how many people, the capacity, too many people. It's much too peoply, isn't it?
We'll be showing you everything from the delicious food spots and fun bars to the pools, lounges, entertainment, and more. Whether you're planning your first cruise or just love checking out ships, we've got you covered. We have tons of cruise content on our channel, so don't forget to like, subscribe. Double occupancy, it holds 3,915 passenger decks. Make a few things that are important to know about this ship.
Okay.
The Carnival
So, entered service in 2018.
Horizon is a Vista-class ship that launched in 2018.
So it's quite a new ship then, isn't it? It's quite new. It's only 7 years.
Making it one of the newer ships in Carnival's fleet. It's 133,000 gross tons with 15 passenger decks. At double occupancy, it holds 3,960 guests, but it can carry up to 4,716.
I mean, you know, that's the amount of people in a small pueblo in Spain. You know, I don't know how many people are in my little village. Probably not as many as that, or about that amount. God, too many people, just too many people. I wouldn't like it.
Guests at full capacity. With about 1,400 crew members on board, there's always someone there to help make your cruise experience awesome. Before we dive right in, just a quick note that decks 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, and 9 are primarily staterooms, so we won't be exploring those today. If you're curious, though, about what a Havana or Cloud 9 stateroom looks like, be sure to check out our channel because we've got dedicated videos showcasing those unique spaces. Let's start our tour on Deck 15, which is the Serenity Deck. This is Carnival's 21 and older adults only area. It's a quiet spot with loungers, daybeds, hot tubs, and its own bar.
Yeah, that sounds better. Adults only, no children running around. I mean, the thing is, when your children are young, you want to go to places where there's lots of children because you want your children to be occupied, don't you? But once they grow up and you don't have to be around where there's children, you don't want to be, do you? You know, so yeah, that looks better to me. At least it looks quieter. There's still too many people for me, to be honest. I just don't like being around loads of people. But that does look better, doesn't it? Calmer. You've got the nice view out to sea, and so the Serenity Deck, that looks okay.
On sea days, you'll also find fresh creations up here, a made-to-order salad station that's perfect for a light lunch. This area fills up fast, so if you want to get a good seat, get here early.
Oh, God.
Next, we're moving on to Deck 12. At the front of the ship, you'll find the fitness center, locker rooms, and Cloud9 spa treatment rooms, which actually span across both Decks 12 and 14. Part of the spa area also includes the salon located up on Deck 14.
So you'd need a gym after all that eating that you do on these cruises. But I remember I had a student who used to go on a lot of cruises, and I said to him, "Oh, did you use the gym?" He said, "Yeah, I walk past it every day." Because when you're on holiday, do you really want to go in a gym? But anyway, maybe. I mean, it all looks great. Looks pretty quiet there, doesn't it? No one's in the fitness centre. So maybe that would be somewhere I'd spend a lot of time. I do like gyms. It's just I'm thinking, would you really want to go if you're on holiday? But it does look nice and quiet.
Moving outside to midship, you'll find Carnival Waterworks featuring splash zones, mini slides, and 2 big water slides, including the Twister and the Drain Pipe. It's a fun spot for kids and adults who don't mind getting a little soaked.
Yeah.
Moving further aft on Deck 12, you'll come across the Seaside Theater. This is where you can kick back and watch a movie under the stars on the big screen. Directly behind the Seaside Theater, you'll find the jogging track that loops around the sports area, a mini golf course, and the clubhouse with games like foosball, ping pong, and pool. This is also where you'll see the Sky Ride and Sky Course overhead. You can access those areas up on Deck 14.
Oh, no, thank you. So that jogging thing, I would walk around that. I would quite like that, to be honest. That'd be quite nice, because I do like walking. So walking around that with that lovely view and everything perhaps would be quite nice. But still, just too many people.
And at the aft of Deck 12, you'll also find the Sky Court, an outdoor basketball court where you can shoot hoops. Next to that is the Sky Fitness area, an open-air workout area with machines like bikes and ellipticals so you can break a sweat while enjoying ocean views. Heading down to Deck 11, you'll find an outdoor seating area that overlooks the Lido deck. It's a great...
Now, Proud Liberal, you always come up with really interesting information. I love it. A lot of my chatters do. Maria's good at that as well, and all of my chatters do. But if any of you know what deck, do any of you know offhand what deck Anna was on, or what room? I don't know if we know the actual room number, because we may see it on this video.
Great spot to relax, people watch, or catch all the energy during sail away. On this deck, you'll also find Camp Ocean, Carnival's kids club for ages 2 to 11. It's divided into age groups, and there's always something going on, from crafts and games to fun-themed parties. And yes, it is included in your cruise fare. Moving all the way aft on this deck, you'll find more outdoor seating that overlooks the Tides Pool. It's a quieter spot with a great view of the ship's wake, perfect for relaxing with a drink or snapping a sunset photo. Moving inside, you'll come across 2 specialty dining spots, Gigi's Asian Kitchen and Cucina del Capitano. Gigi is serving up flavorful Asian-inspired dishes in a family...
No, I'm going to just what she said there. Cucina del... What did she say?
Moving inside, you'll come across 2 specialty dining spots, Gigi's Asian Kitchen and Cucina del Capitano.
Cucina del Capitano. Now, I'm telling you now, it should be cocina or cocina, but not cucina. That means something completely different, because cocina is a kitchen, so it's the captain's kitchen. Cocina del Capitano. But if you say cucina del Capitano, it's got a whole different meaning. So very bad pronunciation there, I'm afraid.
Gigi is serving up flavorful Asian-inspired dishes in a family-style setting, and Cucina offers hearty Italian favorites. Both spots do cost extra, but they're definitely worth checking out if you want something different from the main dining room options. Heading down to Deck 10, we're right in the heart of the action on the Lido deck. This is where you'll find 2 of the ship's most popular bars, the Red Frog Rum Bar and the Blue Iguana Tequila Bar. Both of these bars help keep the good vibes flowing when you're by the pool.
Yeah, they sound good, the bars. That's fine. But again, look all too many sunbeds. That just shows you how busy it can get. But maybe the bars don't look comfy either or whatever. I like to sit in a nice comfy bar. Anyway, I tell you what, one of my friends, she always called me Goldilocks because everything's got to be just right for me. I'm a pain in the arse when I go out, and that I have to sit at the right table. I have to have the right atmosphere. Everything. I am very fussy. And I've got worse as I've got older, and I have to hold my hands up and say it. So that's why quite often these sort of places just don't suit me, because I wouldn't be able to find everything I wanted.
Right in the center of the Lido deck is the beach pool, the main pool on the ship and the hot spot for daytime fun. There's usually games, music, and activities going on here, plus hot tubs and tons of lounge.
Oh, look.
Just a heads up, it can get really busy on sea days, though. So
look at that. It's like having a bath with all those people, and not only that, having a bath with all those people and all those people watching you around there. That is my worst nightmare come true. Sharing a pool with a load of people. How do you know if they've had a shower? How do you know they're not peeing in the pool? The kids probably are peeing in the pool. Just not me. Oh God, it's actually giving me anxiety just watching it.
Grab a spot early if you want to be in the middle of the action.
Oh no, thank you.
Right by the pool, you've got Carnival's most popular food spots. First is Blue Iguana Cantina, serving up burritos and tacos with a toppings bar that's loaded with fresh salsa and extra. On the other side is Guy's Burger Joint, created by Guy Fieri. You can grab a juicy burger, loaded fries, and hit the toppings bar to customize it your way. Both are included in your cruise and perfect for a quick lunch or snack. Moving inside, you'll find the Lido Marketplace, Carnival's main buffet. It's open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a variety of options like hot dishes, salads, desserts, and more. It's casual, easy to navigate, and great for grabbing a quick bite.
Right, I might have to fast forward through the food things because I'm absolutely starving because it's coming up to lunchtime. Also, I wouldn't like that, all this food just too, it's all too big, isn't it? But yeah, there is too much can go wrong, Maria. I agree. Has anyone seen the Netflix? There's a Netflix documentary about that cruise ship. It's called the Poop Cruise or something like that. I can't remember the name of the documentary. But this, they lost power, didn't they? And people couldn't use the toilet, and there was just sewage throughout the cruise ship. And the problem is that once you're on the sea like that, miles away from anywhere, they'd have to bring a helicopter for me and get me off, get me out of here. I'd be like, yeah, I'm a cruise passenger, get me out of here. I'd be going mad. I'd be the world's worst. I'd be their nightmare come true complaining. Anyway, I'm just going to fast forward a bit because I've got
quiet space that's perfect for getting away from the hustle and bustle of the ship. Whether you want to read, play a board game, or just unwind, it's a great little escape.
Yeah, that looks good. The library bar, quiet. I've just been all the
Bonsai Teppanyaki is a 4-pay restaurant where you get dinner and a show. The chefs cook right at your table with plenty of flair. Great food, lots of fun, and definitely a memorable experience. Moving further out.
I don't think a cruise is the place to go if you need to lose weight or whatever, is it? It's too tempting, everything. And I'd end up, because it really has the day. I normally eat like one big meal a day and then a couple of snacks. I don't eat. And I found even if I go on holiday for the weekend or whatever, you always do eat more, don't you, when you're on holiday? When I went to Madrid last year, was only there 3 days, and by the third day, because we'd eaten a lot of rich food, not necessarily lots of food, but eating in restaurants, and when you go in a restaurant, you have like the starter, the main course, and the pudding, or I do, because you try and have things that you wouldn't have at home. At home, I don't even, I don't have puddings, or whatever. I'm not really sweet tooth. But anyway, by the third day, my stomach, my God, it was like, I felt like, you could tell that I'd been eating too much rich food. So if I went on a cruise for 6 days, because I wouldn't be able to resist it either. I mean, the thing is, you could think, we'll just have the salads, You don't have to have that. Well, when it's there right in front of you, I'm ashamed to say it, but I've got absolutely no willpower whatsoever. So it'd be difficult for me not to eat it, and I would probably make myself quite ill. Anyway. So I don't know where Anna ate that night.
House is a 4-pay restaurant that serves up smoked meats, barbecue favorites, and craft beer brewed right on board. It's a laid-back spot with live music in the evenings and a fun rustic vibe, perfect for barbecue lovers.
But, I find when you go to, we've got like these all-you-can-eat Chinese buffets here, and my son, he loves them because, he's 6'5" and he can eat a lot. They're wasted on me because, I can only eat one plate of stuff anyway. So what's the point in going to a place like this? Or I will eat more. As I say, I'll eat more because I think, I'm here and it's right there in front of you. And there's loads of things you want to try, and there's so many different things, and you want to try a bit of all of it. But then I always feel horrible when I come out of there because I've always eaten too much, So it's definitely is not for me, a cruise. I don't know where Anna ate that night, because they say that she was ill, didn't they? Or I don't know if it was what she ate that made her ill, or if she was already ill. What's this?
Time if we can. Moving down to deck 4, we're starting at the casino, one of our personal favorite spots to try our luck and maybe win a little extra cruise cash. It's got tables and slot games, but we did find it a bit small for the size of the ship. Still, it stays busy and has a great energy. Also on deck 4 is Club O2, Carnival's teen lounge for ages 15 to 17.
I wonder if
the sports lounge is the place to catch live games and sports highlights while you're on your cruise. It's got big screens and plenty of seating. It's perfect for sports fans looking to keep up with the action. The art gallery on deck 4 features pieces that you can browse or buy, with auctions held during the cruise. The Limelight Lounge hosts comedy shows, karaoke, and late-night events. It's a fun, energetic venue tucked away on deck 4. At nighttime, it even turns into the nightclub.
That looks nice, but because there's nobody in it.
The Meridian restaurant is one of 2 great places to grab a drink or just take in the vibe of the ship. This area features Carnival's Adventure Desk for booking shore excursions and guest services for any help or questions during your cruise. The Reflections restaurant is the second main dining room on board, and it's typically assigned for set time dining, either early or late seatings.
We're nearly at the end.
Check it out in more detail.
Oh, God,
and that wraps up our full tour of the Carnival Horizon. We hope this gave you a good look at what to expect on board, from food to fun and everything in between. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel.
Don't know if I've given it a thumbs up. I've given it a thumbs up. I'm not going to subscribe because I'm not really, I won't be going on any cruises, So, gosh, so this case gets more and more complicated, doesn't it? People on the horizon, we're still getting off the ship. Everyone is just waiting. Yeah. Oh my God, Maria, were you on that cruise? I saw that in the news. I was going to do a video about that poor woman. Yeah, she didn't get back to the cruise ship in time, did she? And they left her there. and they had to go back and find her, and she died. Yeah, I saw that. Oh, you were actually on that. Do you mean we had a cruise? Oh no, you weren't on it. I thought you were saying you were on it. Yes, I saw that. That's terrible, isn't it? That'd just be my luck, that. That would be. Oh dear. Anyway, I wouldn't get off the cruise ship if I went on a cruise. That's when it's the quietest, isn't it? Yeah, this was this poor woman. Let's have a look at this video. Terrible. I hope her family sue that cruise ship. So, yeah. Oh, it's just, it's not.
From The Australian, here's what's on the front. I'm Claire Harvey. It's Friday, October 31, 2025.
Oh, it's a podcast. I thought it was a news video. Let's find another one. Yeah. Oh, it won't clip. Why won't it clip? Let's go back. Don't want to ask AI mode. Let's try this.
An elderly woman has been found dead on the Great Barrier Reef's luxury Lizard Island after she was allegedly left behind by a cruise ship. Rachel Baxter is following the story. Rachel, the woman was hiking on the island with a group from the Coral Adventurer.
Good afternoon, Anne. Yeah, that's right. Witnesses have told me the woman in her 80s was hiking an area called the Cook's Look on Saturday morning.
What was she doing hiking? Sorry, honestly. Sometimes when I see these people who go hiking and not even at her age, but you go off into these lonely places and dangerous places. You know, I don't, maybe she was under a supervised hike, but how could she get left behind an 81-year-old woman, for God's sake?
This is a 4-kilometre track, which is considered to be a very challenging route. She was with a group of other passengers from the Coral Adventurer, as you say, when she said she needed to stop and turn back. It's understood the group continued on the hike before returning to the ship and boarding the vessel before realising that she was not there. The cruise ship left the island and the woman wasn't reported missing until Saturday night. From there, a rescue chopper.
So they went off without her, even though she was still there on the island. Terrible.
Was sent to search for her, and 7 crew from the Coral Adventurer returned to scour the island. Sadly, her body was found just metres from the hiking trail on Sunday morning. I spoke to one tourist, Tracy Ayres, who was sailing nearby when she saw the search unfold.
I just feel terrible for the ship's crew and everybody here that witnessed it, and I feel so terrible for the hikers' family and friends. Such a beautiful place and such a tragedy.
It's understood the woman was travelling solo on the Coral Adventurer on a 60-day voyage, which would have cost between $80,000 to almost $100,000 for a premium room. Police say a report will be prepared for the coroner, and they are treating the death as sudden and non-suspicious. Yeah. Anne?
Rachel Baxter.
Well, I suppose if she liked hiking and things like that, that was a beautiful place. You know, if she was going to die anyway, then maybe that was a beautiful place to breathe your last. But I can't believe they left her there on her own. You know, this is why I would never go on any of these things. I mean, she's there with a load of other people and they just left her there. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Anyway, poor woman. Okay. Yeah, good. I hope they do get sued, that cruise company, and those people that just left her there on the island, then got back on the ship and didn't even notice she wasn't there. My God! But anyway, Okay, so thanks for the info you're putting up, Proud Liberal. I can't wait for more information to come out about this case, but I think it's very striking in this case of Anna, of how how complicated her family situation is. It's very complicated by the sound of it, and also. What can I say? What the complications of a family situation, it's like we've all got complicated families, I think, especially if you've got a big family, because, if you've got a big extended family, there's going to be people in that family that maybe get up to things and stuff that maybe you wouldn't approve of. You can't control your family, but not like this, not like bloody abusing a minor or murdering your stepsister. God, it makes you feel that your family's actually quite good, but anyway, sorry, I'm just looking down X as I'm talking, just to see if there's any development. But I can't see anything offhand. But I'll be back as soon as there are any developments anyway. Okay, so if you remember, I'll see you tonight in the Members Live. If not, why not think about becoming a member? But I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for caring about Anna. And yeah, let's see what comes out in this. Look, the dog's coming over. She's heard me saying, just, that I'm saying goodbye. Oh, you're beautiful. You're so beautiful. This beautiful dog. Having a little shake. She knows that I'm just finishing and she'll get some attention. Now, you might even get a treat. You might even get a little treat. I've been brushing. This is the German Shepherd. I've been brushing her a lot. Let's see. Because there she is. Look at that lovely face. She's been molting. German Shepherds, they shed twice a year. They change their complete coat. Oh my God, you could stuff a pillow with, you could stuff a whole set of pillows with what's come off this dog. So she's had a lot of TLC, a lot of brushing lately. Oh, thank you, Proud Liberal. You're welcome. Thank you all for watching. And right, I'm off. I'll see you really soon in the next video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And may your God go with you. Bye, Julie. Hope you're okay. I hope you're a bit less stressed now as well. It's been a funny old couple of weeks. Okay, bye-bye. Have you got a shepherd mix? Oh, the hair is... Hair. She's just, and even though I brush her at least 3 times a day while she's molting, you just find it all over the place. Oh, but she's so lovely and cuddly. She's giving me a little cuddle now. You're beautiful, aren't you? You're so beautiful. She is beautiful. They're beautiful. Oh, she's just resting her head on my knee like that. They're beautiful dogs. I love them to bits. I'll never have another one because they're too big. They're also... she doesn't like my other dogs. She doesn't like other dogs, so you can't trust her around other dogs. And she's good with people. The bark is ear splitting. But their personalities, because it is like having another person in the house. She's so clever, but she's too clever, Yeah, you're too clever. Oh, she's just like that on my knee. Oh, you're beautiful. You're so beautiful. I love you, don't you? I love you. Anyway, but yeah, I love her, but I no more German Shepherds, and it's a shame. And they're so cute when they're puppies as well, when their ears are floppy before their ears go up. Just so cute, aren't you? Just so cute. She's looking at me. She's like, I thought you were finishing. Okay, I'll see you really soon. in the next video. Thank you for watching. May your God go with you. May your dog go with you. Oh, yeah, bye. You come back again. You come back again.